Hello, it is 5 p.m. and welcome to Manhattan Shakespeare Project's um, weekly sonnet. Um, so welcome. I don't know why the lighting is so strange in this room, but I'm on the other coast, and so I'm in an odd place, and the lighting is terrible. My apologies. Let's see if we have Sarah here today. And we are going to be looking at Sonnet 149. Oh, there's Sarah. Let's go. Sarah, are you there? Are you there? Yay, there she is.
Hi,
Hi, Sarah.
Amanda.
How are you?
I am doing well. Your head is cut off again.
Yes, I know. It's always a struggle, and I'm in a new place, and the light is very odd, too. I look alternately yellow. Well, there, I look fairly normal.
Oh, you look great.
Hi.
I, you know what's really strange is I always see you talking when I log in or go live, whatever, but I have no idea what you're saying because I can't hear anything. I just see your lips moving.
Oh, that's what they all say. They just hear me talking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There goes my mouth moving again.
But I never actually know what you say before I join until I watch the video later after we're done.
All I basically, well, you'll know when you see it. It could be something amazing this time, although it wasn't. So just a general sort of, here we are. It's 5 p.m. on the West Coast. I'm on the West Coast today in
Right.
Oregon. Very
Welcome,
excited
welcome.
about this gorgeous weather that's going on. It's a little cloudy, but beautiful. And I'm excited to look at another sonnet today. We have Sonnet 149. And I think you have a dedication today, and we also wanted to just acknowledge the fact that the country is going through a lot of strife right now, both with Black Lives Matter and making sure that we take care of our citizens, which our country is not doing it, and with the coronavirus that has been an ongoing issue. And hopefully you can hear me over that weed whacker out there. Despite all
I
this,
didn't
people are doing things like mowing their lawns and
I didn't even notice that there was a weed whacker.
good. Because we gotta keep talking about Shakespeare and mowing our lawns, as well as make sure we keep our police under control and our citizens protected.
Yeah, I have been I have been extremely overwhelmed by what's been happening this week.
Yeah.
Um, I wrote this out because it was so important for me to say. I wanted to name and witness the pain that our Black communities are living through, and like you said, not just right now, but systemically.
Yep.
And as a representative of MSP, I say to all of you, we hear you, we see you, we love you, and we stand with you.
Beautifully put.
And thank you. I also recognize that as a white woman of privilege, I am redoubling my oath to continue to educate myself and to
Yeah.
use my platform of privilege to be an anti-racist ally and to disrupt racism every day. And just like you said, peace and safety to everyone who is in a city in upheaval right now. We are sending you so much love. Um,
Yes.
yeah,
I'd love
yeah.
to, if we can, post some resources. My yoga studio has compiled a bunch of resources together that we might be able to post through MSP that
That's a
show
brilliant idea.
people who want to be allies or people who want to help out in some way, places they can write, places they can volunteer, places they can donate money or resources. And maybe that could be something that we can post after this
That's
video.
an awesome idea.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I bet you can hear that at this point.
I did hear that a little,
I'm
but it really wasn't bad.
just gonna shut the door, even though it's gonna change the light a little bit. I'm in a very cute Airbnb,
Ooh,
so um, so hopefully we can post those things afterwards.
yes,
But now
that's
let's talk
absolutely
about
brilliant.
an old dead white guy.
I think that's a
Because
great idea.
fucking why
Okay,
not? I guess.
so this week's dedication comes to us via a really beautiful example of how small this pandemic has made our world and how we really actually truly are all in this together.
Yep.
So a friend of mine here in Ashland told me about a friend of hers in Maine who had lost her stepmother to coronavirus. I said we would be absolutely honored to dedicate a sonnet to her. So, upon speaking to that friend in Maine, I found out that not only is her nephew graduating right now from my high school alma mater,
Amazing.
yeah,
Very nice.
in New Jersey, but her stepmother, to whom we are dedicating today's sonnet, was involved in many of the same communities that I was involved with when I was living in New York City.
Wow.
So, having said all of that, today's sonnet, 149, is dedicated to Rebecca Patt Cohen. Rebecca Patt Cohen was conceived during her parents' escape from Nazi-occupied Poland in 1941. She dedicated her life to family, community, and service to others, first as a New York City public school teacher, which is mega hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Then later working in many Jewish organizations, including the American Gathering of Jewish Holocaust Survivors. She was an avid collector, and so among other things, she collected antique toys and postcards. And she appreciated beauty in nature so much that she would actually pull off the highway to look at the view from all of those overlooks.
That's what they're for.
I know, but I never do it. I got to start doing that now. So
Good
yeah,
for her.
Rebecca is 78, and we dedicate this week's sonnet to Rebecca Patt Cohen.
Great.
Okay, are you ready?
All
Go
right.
for it.
Black Lives Matter and Rebecca Patton. I hope I can do some justice here with Sonnet 149, which I'm kind of loving. Um, Canst thou, O cruel, say I love thee not, when I against myself with thee partake? Do not think on thee when I forget am of myself all tyrant for thy sake. Sorry, let me back that up again because I said forget and it meant to say forgot. I'm gonna start over. Canst thou,
Okay.
O cruel, say I love thee not when I against myself with thee partake? Do I not think on thee when I forgot am of myself all tyrant for thy sake? Who hateth thee that I do call my friend? On who frowns thou that I do fawn upon? Nay, if thou lourest on me, do I not spend revenge upon myself with present moan? What merit do I in myself respect that is so proud thy service to despise, when all my best doth worship thy defect, commanded by the motion of thine eyes? But love, hate on, for now I know thy mind, those that can see thou lovest, and I am blind. So there we have 149 by
And
William
so, Amanda,
Shakespeare.
why are you kind of loving this one? So what's speaking to you?
Well, here's why, Sarah, is because it reminds me of other pieces of Shakespeare's work. And I love that about reading an author and reading much of their work or all of their work, is that you find the themes and the things that relate and repeat. And so in this sonnet, which is about love and all the pain and all the things that it makes you do and the upset, it seems almost a little bit young too, this love, like very like crazy making, and there's this conflict between, as something I read in here said, reason and infatuation. And it reminds me a little bit of a couple plays. One is As You Like It, and the scene
Mm,
between Sylvius and Phoebe and Rosalind. And Phoebe says things like, um, let's see, it reminds me of that whole speech of hers. I would not be thy executioner, I fly thee, for I would not injure thee. And she goes on to talk about eyes, and how eyes which have darted at thee hurt thee not. No force in eyes can do thee hurt. And there's just a whole section there that reminds me of the sonnet. And in addition, the second play that it really reminds me of is Midsummer Night's Dream, and
mm,
Helena and Hermia, and the back and forth that they have. where Hermia says, I frown upon him, yet he loves me still. So this is the other side of this sonnet, but it's the same theme or same idea. And Helena says, oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill. I give him curses, yet he gives me love. Oh, that my prayers could such affection move. The more I hate, the more he follows me. So again, there's this theme that we've been seeing in these
The
last
more I
couple
love, the more you
sonnets.
hate a thing. Yep, yep, yep.
Hate, love. I hate this person. They love me anyway. I love them, but they look at me with disdain. You know, just this theme that comes up again and again in Shakespeare's work,
Yeah.
and of course in life in general. So that's what I'm thinking about this sonnet, and that's what I like about it today, is that it reminds me of Midsummer, and it reminds me of As You Like It, and that sort of young, masochistic or very volatile love that you see when you're in those younger years. Usually, I don't know. It probably happens when you're 75 too. But I'm thinking of it as
I mean, I'm only in my early 40s, and you know, it still happens to me. So, you know, what's that phrase? There've been a couple of times in the last couple of years where people are just like, I'm 38, but I'm acting like a 16-year-old. Like, yeah, I don't think necessarily relegated to age, youth, but maybe just
youth
the
of
youth.
emotion, perhaps.
Yeah, or maybe
Not
the
immaturity
moments of the
exactly, but
relationship.
a little bit of that like
Yeah,
freshness that happens when things are new.
yeah. There's a have you heard the term limerence?
Limerence?
Limerence.
No, I don't think I have.
So you should
Ooh,
look it up. It's actually really interesting. It's and I've just been introduced to this word very, very
okay.
recently, and I'm like just about to start the book on it. I haven't started it yet, so I'm definitely not an expert, but
Mm-hmm.
it is a form of, my understanding is that it is a form of love, it is a form of infatuation. But it is the kind that causes that physical pain that you
Mm-hmm.
feel. And so the sonnets that we have been delving into like totally remind me of that. Like it's that I
Yes.
physically feel it here, right? It's so yeah.
I
But
found a definition. I'll read it.
oh great.
Limerence, the
Go for it.
state of being infatuated or obsessed with another person, typically experienced involuntarily and characterized by a strong desire for reciprocation of one's feelings, but not primarily for a sexual relationship. So it could be that emotional, exactly that thing. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, I got to learn a new word.
I will eventually start the book and we'll eventually have a conversation about it.
Great.
Because I have, when I first heard about it, I had a sneaky suspicion that Shakespeare was an extremely limerent person, and that a
Yeah,
lot of the love that he wrote about, and again, not just sexual love, but
sure.
love of country, um, love of offspring, of family, that
Mm-hmm.
love of language. I mean, he talks about love of language, you know.
Yeah,
That's where it was coming from. Anyway, we'll see if my theory and my hunches pans out. But anyway,
very nice. Love it.
Any, anything else you want to say about 149?
I don't think so. I mean, we're not spending lots of time with all the theories that people go into about which sonnets are the dark lady sonnets or which ones are the youth, or and that's fine
If
with me. That's never
if
been a
if
really
it
go on.
Well, I have never gone into any of that scholarship. If at any point you do want to talk about any of that with one of these, I'm more than happy to
Mm-hmm.
um, be the ignorant questioner, the interviewer.
It hasn't seemed quite the right time, and that's never that kind of theory has been somewhat interesting, but not like strongly interesting to me. So I bet it'll come up. We have a lot of sonnets to go, so we have a long
Awesome.
time to talk about these things.
I love it. I love it. Amanda, it's been absolutely fabulous seeing you.
You too. I hope things continue to go well in your world down there in Ashland, and that the outdoors continues to give you solace. I know it is me, and I hope that our country continues to sort stuff out and make struggles and healing where it needs to.
Yeah. You stay safe up there, okay?
Okay, you too.
Love you.
Bye,
Mwah.
Sarah. Next
Bye.
week we have Sonnet 148 read by Sarah. Take care, everyone.